Please be seated. Mr. President, the candidates are assembled.
Today marks a milestone occasion for thousands of graduates and your families as we convene in formal convocation to celebrate the 254th Commencement exercises of Purdue University. Let us begin by singing the national anthem. Following this, we ask that you remain standing for the invocation. Per Purdue's tradition, each commencement session invites a local religious leader rotating across many faith traditions to offer a non-denominational invocation. At this session, we welcome Rabbi Glick, representing the Chabad at Purdue. Please stand.
Let us pray for our university, for its students, teachers, administration, and all staff. Wisdom and education, goodness and kindness. Today you have acquired enough of both to graduate and go out into the world and make a difference. We pray that our scholarly knowledge be tempered and guided by our faith in something greater than ourselves, and that it leads us to moral clarity. For knowledge without faith is as a tree without roots. May we be granted by you, Creator of all, the ability to utilize our newfound wisdom and to express this wisdom in deeds of goodness and kindness. For wisdom without acts of loving kindness and charity is as a tree that bears no fruit. Today we are standing here to celebrate your graduation. It is a momentous occasion for you, for your families, and for the future of our society. Throughout life, we are constantly struggling to understand who we are and what we are doing here. Today you stand here with the knowledge of who you are. You have been able to study and get an insider's look at what makes us be who we are and how we understand and interact with others and with the world. Use this learning and inspiration to better the world around you and to better yourself. After all, this may be the reason why you are here. May we soon enter an era of peace and harmony for all mankind, and may we merit the time when all of humanity will be involved in the ultimate pursuit of truth and knowledge, together with goodness and kindness for all. And let us say together, Amen.
Amen.
morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my happy privilege to extend a very cordial welcome to all who have joined us for the 254th commencement exercises of Purdue University. I am delighted to introduce the members of the Platform Party. Representing the Board of Trustees of Purdue University, Sonny Beck of Atlanta, Indiana, Kevin Bass of Great Falls, Montana, and Gary Lehman of Lafayette, Indiana. And representing the Purdue University Administration, Eric Barker, Vice President for Health Affairs, and the Janie and Jim Chaney, Dean of the College of Pharmacy. Kelly Blanchard, Associate Dean for Student Experience and Undergraduate Programs in the Mitch Daniels School of Business. Aaron Bowman, Interim Dean of the College of Health and Human Sciences. Jim Bullard, Dr. Samuel Allen, Dean of the Mitch Daniels School of Business. Michael Klein, Senior Vice President for Administration Operations. Bernie Engel, Glenn W. Sampo, Dean of the College of Agriculture. Roberto Gallardo, Vice President for Engagement. John Gibson, Chief of Staff, Provost, and Associate Vice President for Academic Operations. Sharish Hall, Vice Provost for Enrollment Management. Felissa Higgins, Associate Vice Provost for Honors Programs. Brett Marsh, Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine. Beth McCuskey, Vice Provost for Student Life. Jamie Moeller, Associate Vice President of Scientific Integrity and Research Compliance. Haley Oliver, Interim Vice Provost for Graduate Students and Postdoctoral Scholars. Elisa Rolock, Vice President for Ethics and Compliance. Mark Russell, Professor of Agricultural Sciences, Education and Communication, and Teaching Academy member. Steve Schultz, Senior Vice President, Chief Legal Counsel. Katie Schermersheim, Associate Vice Provost and Dean of Students. Jay Wasson, Vice President for Physical Facilities and Chief Public Safety Officer. Patrick Wolf, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Diversity. Mark Zimfer, Vice Chair of University Senate and Grand Marshal. Will you join me in thanking these individuals? And now, with those faculty members joining us in the audience, please stand as well. We are pleased to have with us on the platform other vitally important members of the university family, Nate Barrett and Katie Nett, public orators, Kimberly Fournier and Myron Yoder, sign language interpreters. Please join me in giving them a special thanks for their hard work today. At each winter commencement, Purdue University is delighted to invite a commencement speaker. Today's speaker is Congressman Dr. Jim Baird. Congressman Baird is the U.S. Representative of Indiana's 4th Congressional District, which includes 16 counties and the city of West Lafayette. He currently serves on 3 House committees: Agriculture, Foreign Affairs, and Science, Space, and Technology. Prior to his election to Congress, he was a state representative in the Indiana General Assembly. Congressman Baird is a decorated Vietnam War veteran and has been recognized with a Bronze Star with V device for Valor and 2 Purple Hearts. Thank you for your service. He and his unit were inducted into the United States Army Transportation Corps Hall of Fame. Congressman Baird is a Boilermaker alumnus and earned a Bachelor of Science and Master of Science in Animal Science from the College of Agriculture in 1967 and 1969, respectively. He also served in Purdue's ROTC before attending Officer Candidate School. Following his military service, he earned a PhD in monogastric nutrition from the University of Kentucky in 1975. Please join me in giving a warm Boilermaker welcome to Congressman Dr. Jim Baird.
Good morning. And thank you, President Chung, the Board of Trustees, the faculty, and the staff for this exceptional honor. I'm grateful to be here with all of you, Purdue's outstanding graduating students today. Before I begin, I also want to thank the parents and the families of these graduates who supported their children throughout their time at Purdue. They couldn't have done it without you, and you deserve a round of applause, please. To all of our outstanding graduates here today, you can breathe a sigh of relief. You've made it through one last finals week, through the Midwest winters and sledding down Slater Hill after the first snowfall. You stuck with our Boilermakers through the joys and the disappointments of March Madness and have displayed unyielding loyalty to our football team. You spent countless hours staying up late at night in the library cramming for a big exam and applying for jobs and internships, and hopefully you didn't walk under the bell tower, so you're graduating today. Looking out at all these graduates before me, I am filled with hope for the future. You faced challenges from the very beginning of your college career when you graduated from high school and started college during the COVID-19 pandemic. For many of you, that meant missing out on important traditions, including your prom, while much of our country and the world remained locked down. Instead of making friends with the person sitting next to you in class, you had class online. And I commend you for embarking on this new adventure at Purdue, and you should be proud of yourselves for overcoming the challenges that came with college during COVID. Like you, I'm a proud graduate of Purdue University. I received my bachelor's degree and my master's degree in animal science from Purdue, and I thoroughly enjoyed the in-depth learning. And I got lucky. After I married my high school sweetheart, Denise, she and our 3 beautiful children all graduated from Purdue. I also later served as a Purdue University Extension agent and on the advisory council for the Dean of Agriculture. So as you can see, there's no shortage of Boilermaker pride in my family. I'm receiving a Purdue degree. After receiving a Purdue degree, you are all receiving something very valuable. But with this great honor comes a responsibility to serve. Your degree and all the future opportunities that come with it were earned through perseverance, determination, and sacrifice. I received my PhD from the University of Kentucky in monogastric nutrition after I returned home from the Vietnam War, and I achieved it thanks in part to Purdue. At the time, Kentucky was looking to build its animal sciences program, so the university pulled its faculty from the animal science departments of other leading research and land-grant institutions. One of those institutions was Purdue. That's just one example of Purdue's exceptional leadership. You are all lucky enough to be a part of an institution that other colleges and universities look to for guidance. Now you, as graduates, have the opportunity and the responsibility to continue Purdue's tradition of excellence. You're also about to join a robust, thriving alumni network. Across Indiana and across the nation and around the world, I have frequently encountered many fellow Boilermakers. It's a testament to Purdue's far-reaching influence, and you should take comfort in the fact that wherever you go, you will always have a support system through Purdue. In receiving your diplomas and becoming Purdue alumni, you too are keeping the network and the legacy of Purdue alive. As an undergrad, I was part of ROTC, and after receiving my master's degree, I attended Officers Candidate School, OCS, and was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army. In 1970, I went to Vietnam, where I was assigned to the 523rd Transportation Company, which had 5 gun trucks. The gun trucks provided security for the convoys in Vietnam that carried vital supplies and trekked along routes that were very prone to ambushes. The gun trucks moved immediately to the location of the ambush to protect drivers, cargo, and the trucks. When the 523rd was attached to the 39th Transportation Battalion, I was bringing up the rear in a convoy headed for Camp Vandergrift, which was a former Marine Corps base. The front of our convoy made it to the base, but the rear was ambushed. The gun truckers in the front made it back and were putting themselves back in harm's way to fight off the ambush and guide us to base. The men who crewed those gun trucks are the reason I'm still here alive. They were courageous young men, and never once did I see them hesitate to protect their fellow warfighters. In March of '71, however, I lost my arm in another ambush. I learned a lot about myself serving in Vietnam. I had exposed my strengths and in my weaknesses, but I'm proud to have fought with such brave young men and women willing to defend America's precious freedoms. And I know all too well that the fight for freedom is a costly one. Unfortunately, our Vietnam veterans did not receive the recognition and appreciation they deserved for a long time. Veterans faced a poor reception coming home from the war and were not seen as heroes, a far contrast from the celebrations following World War II. Instead, the veterans faced fierce anti-war sentiments and were blamed for the outcome of the war. We were seen as a symbol of defeat, when in fact we and they were very extremely successful in the battlefield. As the years have progressed, Vietnam veterans are finally receiving the gratitude they deserved. I served despite the risk and the painful losses out of the love for my country. I tell you this not for sympathy, but to offer you hope. Perhaps some of you encountered devastating losses or physical and financial struggles that have made your time at Purdue far more challenging. I attended graduate school at the University of Kentucky after the war. This was all before everyone had laptops and iPhones with Siri or voice to text. With just one arm, I didn't let that stop me from achieving my PhD. And you shouldn't let similar events stop you. There will always be roadblocks in life, an excuse not to do something, but that's where resilience comes in. Resilience carried me through Vietnam. Our gun trucks were made out of scrounged armor and weapons obtained for whatever means possible, and they were built in the field. They were not the big, well-equipped tanks you would think we had in combat. It was our ability to adapt to the circumstances and build the gun trucks that saved many American lives and delivered supplies successfully. It was mental and physical resilience that brought me through my recovery and the transition back to civilian life after Vietnam. It is this resilience that can take you from the hardest moments in your life to your greatest success. My wife of 57 years, a Purdue Nursing School graduate, deserves immense credit for my recovery and return to civilian life. But if there is one common thread that binds your life and your career, it should be a commitment to service. It was my duty to serve my country in the Army, and it was my continued desire to serve my country that motivated me to run for office. I love this country, and I want to see it change for the better for my grandkids. Service, however, requires sacrifice. Not everyone is required to risk life and limb to serve our country, nor are they asked to serve as an elected official, dedicating your life to preserving our freedoms through the lawmaking process. If you are or have previously served in the armed forces, I thank you for your service, and your country owes you a debt of gratitude. Remember Ronald Reagan's quote, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction." We don't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed down to them for them to do the same. As such, you might be called to sacrifice time to volunteer at your church or in your local community, or serve your children and family through parenthood. And as a father and a grandfather, that's no easy task. No matter the form it takes, we are all called to give ourselves in service to our families, our communities, and our country. And I know many of you have a lot of thoughts and concerns about what the direction our country is taking at the present time. It seems as if our country is more divided than ever. However, over the years serving in Congress and the state legislature, I've had the opportunity to sit down and talk to constituents, organizations, and other members of Congress who have vastly different views and life experiences. But while Congress is narrowly divided, we have worked on bipartisan initiatives that have delivered real results for our country. I have worked with both Democrat and Republican colleagues to pass a bill to create standards and bolster the development of artificial intelligence and modernize math and science classes in K through 12 schools. Ensuring America leads in scientific and technological innovation has been a bipartisan issue, and one in which Purdue plays a vital role. Another key bipartisan initiative is the CHIPS Act, which was boosted domestic research and development of semiconductors. This investment has allowed Purdue to become the nation's leading university for the development of semiconductors. Once again, Purdue's excellence has set our university above the rest. I believe this historic investments like this, Indiana, with Purdue at the helm, is poised to become the Silicon Valley of the heartland. We're on the precipice of a great comeback for American innovation, and Purdue students, just like you, will lead the way. As graduates, you should feel confident that you have attended an excellent institution that has prepared you for the opportunities that lie ahead. I don't want to stand here in the way of you receiving your diplomas and the celebrations ahead, so I will simply say congratulations to the class of 2024. God bless America, and boiler up. Thank you.
The audience is invited to sing the Purdue hymn. The words are located inside the online program and will be projected. Will you please stand? Please be seated.
Mr. President, I am pleased to present the candidates for the doctoral degrees. Candidates, please stand and remain standing as I call your college or school. First, candidates in the College of Agriculture. Next, the College of Health and Human Sciences, the College of Pharmacy, the College of Veterinary Medicine, and the Mitch Daniels School of Business. Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of the curriculum of their respective colleges. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the appropriate doctoral degree.
Exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I now confer upon you, who have fulfilled the requirements of the doctoral degree, with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this achievement, you will now be vested with the hood and receive an appropriately inscribed diploma. Please be seated. I now invite the marshals to escort all students who are earning doctoral degrees to the platform.
In order to respect everyone's opportunity to hear their name called, please refrain from applauding and cheering for your candidate until all names have been called. College of Agriculture.
College of Health and Human Sciences.
Apurva Bademi.
Alicia Arur, hooded by Professor Julia Chester.
Jonathan D. Brooks, hooded by Professor Patrick A. Zollner. John Burnett.
London Burton, hooded by Professor Tim Gavin. Alessandra Chu.
Spencer Gardner, hooded by Professor Tomas O. Hook.
Carly Evich, hooded by Professor Zoe Taylor.
Sarah McGovern, hooded by Professor Vicki Week.
Nicholas Farley.
Shoujin Wang, hooded by Professor Cranthia K. Varala.
Garam Kim, hooded by Professor German Posada.
Hui Wen, hooded by Professor Luis Fernando Brito.
Sydney Stratman, hooded by Professor Jennifer Freeman. Jared White, hooded by Professor Tara Barrand. College of Pharmacy. Pradnya Baput, hooded by Professor Lynn Taylor. Wilberforce Osei, hooded by Professor Todd Score. Sorbi Sud, hooded by Professor Emily Dakuzen. Molly Yaus. Min Yu, hooded by Professor James Tisdale. College of Veterinary Medicine. Grace Mulia, hooded by Professor Marxa Figueiredo.
Mr. President, I'm now pleased to present the candidates for the master's degrees. Candidates, please stand and remain standing as I call your college or school. The College of Agriculture, the College of Health and Human Sciences, the College of Pharmacy, the College of Veterinary Medicine, and the Mitch Daniels School of Business. Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of their respective colleges. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the appropriate master's degree.
Exercise. you will receive an appropriately inscribed diploma. Please be seated. I now invite the marshals to escort all students who are earning a master's degree to the platform.
College of Agriculture.
College of Health and Human Sciences.
Brandy Brister.
Rashida Adissa.
Stephen Campbell.
Amanda Armstrong.
Mackenzie Cecil.
Audrey Birch.
Vanessa Cooper.
Isabel Diaz.
Leanne Mohorath Duran Alvarado.
Delaney Duclos.
Tanver Dutt.
Jacob Duplanty.
Aaron Ginn.
Erica Harbison Fernaro.
Nathan Griffith.
Mark Hayes.
Tamilayan JJ.
Savannah Holland.
Hannah Kernan.
Rashida Ibrahim.
Austin Larson.
Divya John.
Dylan Limit.
Julian Barclay.
Christian Mensa. Olivier Naganzua.
Jadida Kamani.
Abdebisi Ogunbawu.
Portia Lightfoot.
Ayahorlua Amor Balaogojo.
Ashley Lupinacci.
Morgan Ritzy.
Stephanie Mariquin.
Melissa Rudolph.
Daniel Ortiz.
Kaylin Rudy.
Tanya Payne.
Eleanor Stroh.
Emma Perkins.
Francis Meyer Jr.
Allison Smith.
Mitch Daniels School of Business.
Yajin Song.
Abdul Rahman Al-Rumi.
Niza Aline Uwashi Mimana.
Ramya Unbaraso.
Tanner Vadvarka.
Damon Ball.
Jun Ming Jong.
Anthony Bainey.
College of Veterinary Medicine.
Logan Benson.
Swara Joshi.
David K. Blade Jr.
Mitch Daniels School of Business.
Kelsey Blahnik.
Lee Ma.
Joseph Brown.
Sharat Manjunata.
Tyler Cahill.
James Martzal.
Alexandra Caudell.
Matlin Miller.
Hansel Cha.
Tarun Mishra.
Ishika Chakraborty.
Benjamin Moore.
Naga Sai Krishna Chalapati.
Gautam Muthukumar.
Tarun Kumar Chandra Sakran.
Jeffrey Nakano.
Siddhant Chaudhary.
Praveen Naluri.
Mansha Sanil Chimnani.
Kayer Nando.
Timothy Corcoran.
Rajiv Nandial.
Michael Crawford.
Catherine Nicholson.
Mitchell Curl.
Beryl Nyamieo.
Riti Dave.
Victor Pacheco,
Gina DeCuna, Kashaw Diakar,
Nicholas Paulson,
Vaishavni Devarakonda,
Alonzo Pirela,
Jessica Doctor,
Abu Mikhail,
Mehmet Dogan,
Prasoon Pradhan,
Krisha Eckroat,
Neha Priya,
Ashley Essen,
Sakshi Pujari,
Carlos Enrique Faria Subue,
Danny Chin,
Jack Ferguson,
Arpita Raman,
Michael Fussell,
Kushbakt Rashid,
Padmapriya Gadam,
Claire Risontok Castaneda,
Sahithi Gadapudi,
Jonathan Rossler,
Tariq Glenn,
Ariel Rosenberg,
Pallav Goyal,
Gaurav Sable,
Joseph Greikus,
Renz George,
Gongsheng Gu,
Chloe Schwartz,
Jacob Halsey,
Bhumi Sandeep Shah,
Gustav Hartwig,
Tejashri Shindage,
Adam Heckelsmiller,
Sai Singaru,
Sung Yu Ho,
Gaurang Singh,
Shufei Hua,
Somik Singh,
Alexandra Tack,
Lauren Sliger,
V. Wen,
Trenton Smoker,
Gretchen Isom,
Varun Somanchi,
Zachary Jeffries,
Kartikeya Shrivastava,
Jiyu Zhang,
Shitija Sulakhe,
Clayton Jones,
Haley Supernat,
Mackenzie Jones,
Sunny Tana,
Zagorsh Yuknevich,
Shavan Tisera,
Akash Kalhoro,
Griffin Titan,
Nathia Kasa,
Mahek Tripathi,
Menor Khan,
Rohan Vakil,
Shristi Kandawal,
Danielle Valdez,
Ishna Khanna,
Nathan Veach,
Jacob Kishkowski,
Jagannath Venkatagiri,
Grace Kirschner,
Adriana Villalobos,
Aditya Kulkarni,
Isabel Bella White,
Marzia Ladiwala,
Ashton Wijayanto,
Soloni Lalan,
Clement Carey,
Megan Yuan Lam,
Michaela Witzig,
Joshua Larson,
Chi Wu,
Hao Xuan Lee,
Jenkin Wu,
Cha Xin Lee,
Jesse Yan,
Yi Ren Lee,
Yu Chen Zhong,
Xiaowei Lin,
Gravel Velasquez,
Shi Heng Lin,
Emily Dolzalek,
Disha Patel,
It is appropriate at this time that we give special recognition to those undergraduate candidates who have demonstrated outstanding scholastic achievements and leadership to the university community. In the online program, you will find the criteria for awarding degrees with distinction and highest distinction, along with the names of graduates who have earned an honors designated degree by completing the requirements of the John Martinson Honors College. Will those candidates from the John Martinson Honors College please stand? Next, will those graduates who are candidates for the honor of the highest distinction please stand? And now, will those graduates who are candidates for the honor of distinction please stand? Also, we would like to recognize those graduates who accomplished the monumental task of balancing their equally demanding academic and athletic commitments. You will find our student athletes listed in the program. With those graduates who have earned a student athlete medallion, please stand. On behalf of the trustees and the faculty, congratulations on your accomplishments. We're counting on you to continue making exceptional contributions in all your future endeavors.
Mr. President, I'm pleased now to present the candidates for the baccalaureate and associate degrees. Candidates, please stand and remain standing as I call your college or school. First, the College of Agriculture, the College of Health and Human Sciences, the College of Pharmacy, the College of Veterinary Medicine, and the Mitch Daniels School of Business. Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of the undergraduate curricula of their respective colleges. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the appropriate baccalaureate or associate's degree.
Exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I now confer upon each of you who have fulfilled the stated requirements the appropriate baccalaureate or associate degree with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this achievement, you will now receive an appropriately inscribed
Isabella Casey,
Jessica Bakover,
Evan Cohagen, Evan Cohagen,
Anna Dablow,
Kira Gehring,
Claire Davis,
Garrett Geiger,
Emily Davis,
Victoria Grimes,
Caitlin Decker,
Mabry Haney,
Allison Deshays,
Lauren Harmon,
Andrew Deep,
Corinne Harris,
Andrew Downey,
Hojun Yu,
Alyssa Durrell,
Sarah Hasselbring,
Jordan Ebert,
Derek Hayduke,
Isabella Elias,
Callista Heiser,
Jordan Engelman,
Joseph Hickam,
Gahara Escobedo,
Anela Hill,
Griffin Euler,
Cassidy Hoback,
Haley Faria,
McLean Huyn,
Samantha Faricelli,
Evan James,
Simon Fields,
Hadley James,
Nadia Flores,
Nathan Jarbo,
Mateo Fontanine,
Emma Johnson,
Adam Fosberg,
Carmela Kelly,
Anna Foster,
Madison Kerr,
Evelyn Frank,
Bryce Klein,
Jonathan Fry,
Bodie Kuiper,
Anna L. Gakiar,
Vikram Kumar,
Mariah Grant,
Kevin Kwasnika,
Kayla Garrity,
Ruthie Lamaster,
Priscilla Gallardo,
Zain Lay,
Tatiana Ginsick,
Lin Wen Shen Lin,
Noah Grimmer,
Noah Lyon,
Gracie Gross,
Jason Mayer,
Cameron Gwill,
Jessica Martino,
Trey Hampton,
Kate Mattingly,
Jack Hannon Jr.,
Matthew McMillan,
Jessica Hart,
Christian Maney,
Caroline Hawkins,
Jackson Metz,
Lauren Holmes,
Mallory Moats,
Yuan Shui,
William Moyer,
Avery Knight,
Ava Oman,
Jenna Harlow,
Maggie Oliver,
Juliana Harmon,
Madeline Overy,
Isaac Harper,
Sydney Penaretos,
Abigail Higgins,
David Perry,
Faith Holmes,
Sarah Fisterer,
Aaron Hunt,
Grayson Plantinga Owens,
Cindy Huynh,
Evan Nowak,
Gianna Imbarato,
Trenton Potoff,
Rimas Jan,
Levi Ralston,
Arjun Janakhan,
Anaya Reeves,
Lana Johnson,
Miranda Rivera,
Johnny Dong,
Grant Rose,
Riley Jorgensen,
Alec Ryden,
Young Hyun Jung,
Christian Solomon,
Alicia Katzelis,
Paul Sheely,
Megan Kelly,
Hope Schimmelfinnig,
Joanne Kim,
Isabella Shu,
Justin Kim,
Danielle Smith,
Sophia Koschmieder,
Caden Smith,
Kylie Landez,
Tessa Smith,
Julie Lee,
Angela Spagard,
Aaron Leifstoter,
Gregory Steele,
Michaela Lee,
Jordan Stenger,
Colleen Lelly,
Mason Stephen,
Claire Lingle,
Melissa Suarez,
Jacob Lowe,
Taylor Suetsugo,
Ashlita Loda,
Emma Swathwood,
Emma Lowe,
Harrison Sylvester,
Julia Maletta,
Josie Torres,
Josie Martin,
Timlik Say,
Elena Mazzio,
Lucas Orquiaga,
Grayson McCard,
Sydney Van Meter,
Evan McIntyre,
Robert Walther,
Wyatt Messer,
Vivian Worsler,
Arabella Michael,
Andrew Wheelis,
Elise Meisner,
Eloise White,
Laura Moore,
Jacob Wilder,
Ariana Morton,
Nicole Williams,
Carter Mott,
Bethany Wilson,
Ella Liner,
Nathaniel Witt,
Kenna Lohman,
Kennedy Whitcamper,
Terry Markowski,
John Woodruff,
Gina McNulty,
Jaden York,
Emilia Montofer,
Anna Zoll,
Cassie Moran,
Nicholas Innes,
Logan Murray,
Jemima Baributsa,
Lauren Myers,
Kayla Hauersberger,
Katina Nada,
Mitch Daniels School of Business,
Madison Nagel,
Sean Abbott,
Zoe Nankis,
Omar Abdel Rahim,
Dylan Nunez,
David Abello,
Shannon Paik,
Abdul Aziz Dawood Al Futesi,
Mac Parikh,
Muhammad Saad Ali,
Kayla Parker,
Lama Al Juraisi,
Mackenzie Partain,
V. Anog, Kenneth V. Anog,
Justin Partica,
Lydia Barber,
Mohammed Palari,
Nicholas Bitar,
Molly Thunder,
Elena Bodie,
Peyton Petrini,
Aaron Boniface,
Ray Pingle,
Marco Bravo,
Sophia Pirela,
Lauren Bromley,
Maria Portillo Umanya,
Justine Brown,
Nitya Prabhakar,
Colin Cassidy,
George Relio Jr.,
Yesenia Castillo,
Nicholas Yax,
Young Hussein Shang,
Grace Rentfro,
Jinbang Chen,
Zach Richards,
Jacinio Cristofanelli,
Kristen Wrinkle,
Joel Clampett,
Cameron Robinson,
Evan Kaufman,
Joy Roche,
David Cronin,
Madison Rogers,
Hunter Dambeck,
Jenna Rousseau,
Charles D'Amico,
Subi Satya,
Feng Dao,
Deja Skurlock,
Sarah Davis,
Aditi Shah,
Maxwell Degnan,
Lainey Sewart,
Alexander Derbyshire,
Audrey Sith,
Kyle Doctor,
Ashley Slayton,
Melissa Dudley,
Kira Snell,
Martin Durison,
Mariana Solis,
Mackenzie Elgood,
Elizabeth Solar,
Catherine Farr,
Rhiannon Springer,
Maximilian Farrell,
Kaylin Struve,
Haley Fields,
Amy McCulley,
James Gastineau,
Vianna Tafflinger,
Gabriela Maria Gedeon Davila Pastana,
Kiera Taylor,
Christopher Gita,
Gianna Thornton,
Ian Gordon,
Fatuma Toure,
Amanda Gray,
Michael Tacey,
Jacob Grimm,
Chiki Soy,
Yafong Xiao,
Maya Vermillion,
Mackenzie Hufford,
Chloe Walker,
Sydney Hunt,
Wyatt Walker,
Kai Jackson,
Ella Wallace,
Wujin Zhang,
Adeline Waltz,
Colton Jones,
Samantha Ward,
Anthony Cable,
Nicole Wasilu,
Daniel Kong,
Braden Watkins,
Shelby Kemp,
Mike Watson,
Aiden Kennefick,
Caitlin Webb,
Rajing Kunka,
Kayla Whalen,
Isaac Kim,
Faith White,
Jacob Knoop,
Madison Wilson,
David Kolsak,
Morgan Wittenauer,
Brooke Labenberg,
Kadrin Jenkins,
Kyo Chan Lee,
DeMarje Lewis,
Adam Lewis,
Cole Brevard,
Jianan Liu,
Hannah Wydella,
Ebenezer Liu,
Qinglong Yuan,
Camden Love,
Lillian York,
Caroline Mahala,
Olivia Yacht,
Tyler Madlam,
Abigail Young,
Jillian Mason,
Astrid Zamaripa,
Sean McCarter,
Anthony He,
Joel McKinney,
Vivian Huang,
Carter Nelson,
Nasser Al-Ruwali,
Michelle Netzel,
College of Pharmacy,
Anne Claire Bao Chum Win,
Carolina Kim,
Lucy Nichols,
Sydney Allersmeyer,
Owen Nicholson,
Sydney Schmansky,
Natalie Notch,
Emily Wood,
Harrison Pykoff,
College of Veterinary Medicine,
Yushin Liu,
Melissa Mahays,
Caden Pauley,
Jordan Benningfield,
Daniel Poole,
Leslie Bronsdorf,
Nicholas Quinn,
Grace Corman,
Achyuth Rakshar,
McKenna Dunn,
Quinn Rasnick,
Abigail Gansky,
Kamala Richardson,
Brenna Hipsher,
Jessica Reeser,
Tierra Johnson,
Alexandra Rigg,
Maya Koziel,
Soma Sato,
Amy McCauley,
Alec Schmidt, Destiny Schmidt, Zach Searle, Nora Seibel, Sri Ravid Sharma, Caitlin Shiranian, Jonathan Demin Shee, Christopher Shin, Skylar Silby, Kendall Smith, Margaret Smith, Brooke Spiker, Daquan Starks, Gianna Stephen, Amrit Subramanian, Charlotte Sukers, Matthew Thomas, Francis Titero Samperno, Justin So, Sophia Bailey, William Uglow, Pedro Vallejo Indara, Jack Vernon, Dejong Wong, Iru Wong, Taylor Williams, Harrison Woodruff, Shi Xiao, Braden Yoder, Yu-En, Wei Yuen, Yusuf Yusuf, Hawan Zhang, Noah Zolkowski, Taylor Johnson, Kalfan Alkabi,
Okay, it's official. You are now graduates of Purdue University. It is time for you to observe the tradition of moving your tassel from the right side of the mortarboard to the left, signifying your new status. Congratulations to all our new alums. We honor these graduates for their hard work and accomplishments, but they will be the first to tell us that they did not make the journey alone. Will the parents, grandparents, spouses, brothers, sisters, other family members, and friends please stand so these graduates can thank you for your long and loving support. The university's Cooperative Education Work-Study program welcomed its first students in 1954. In the online Commencement program, you will find the names of those students who have earned a certificate for the satisfactory completion of the co-op experience. May I also direct your attention to the online program, where you will find the names of graduates who have been commissioned by the President of the United States as second lieutenants in the United States Air Force, Army, and NCs in the United States Navy. You also may have observed that some of our graduates are adorned with red, white, and blue cords, symbolizing their status as veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces. Will those servicemen and women please stand so we can recognize them and express our sincere gratitude for their patriotism? I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the artistry of the Commencement Band with conductor Lucas Peterson, our vocal ensemble, Heart and Soul, with director Scott Hines, and our organist, Jeffrey P. Stearns. I am now pleased to introduce Omar Abdurrahim, who was selected as today's student responder in recognition of his leadership in student and campus organizations. Omar is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Finance and Economics. After graduation, he plans to work as a private equity analyst for Vista Equity Partners before returning as a full-time analyst for Boston Consulting Group. Please welcome Omar Abdul-Rahim.
Good morning, Boilermakers. First, I'd like to take a moment to thank President Chang for the introduction and for the opportunity to speak here today. I'd also like to express my gratitude to the platform guests, faculty, staff, family, and friends who have gathered with us today to celebrate this momentous occasion. And to the class of 2024, congratulations to you, because we all finally did it. The first time I stepped foot into a building as a Purdue student, I noticed a sign on one of the Honors College classroom doors that I think was meant to motivate students. The sign stated in all bold characters, "Neil Armstrong got a C in calculus at Purdue." I remember seeing that and thinking, unless they let just about anyone walk on the moon, this is not going to be an easy time. It turns out that was true. During our time at Purdue, we all experienced unique challenges and hardships. However, those hardships do not define us. It is how we respond to them that does. Neil Armstrong is a testament to that. 18 years later, that same man who got a C in calculus said some of the most famous words in history as he completely redefined the bounds of what humanity is capable of. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Today, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on those words. During each of our journeys at Purdue, we all took countless small steps, each unique and leading us to different places. And while some of those small steps have led to an impasse, others have led to giant leaps. When I first came to Purdue, I was eager to explore the field of computer science. It was the second semester of my first year, and I stepped foot into my first CS 180 class. 15 minutes later, while still sitting in that same Walk auditorium, I sent an email to my advisor asking to drop that class. Exploring the field of computer science was one of my many small steps at Purdue that did not lead anywhere. I'm sure all of us have similar stories, like signing up for a class that you dropped shortly after, or going on a boba date that was extremely awkward. However, luckily, not all small steps lead to nowhere or to blocking people's numbers. Some pave the way to take more steps and maybe even a few giant leaps. For me, it was one of the organizations I got involved with early on at Purdue that led to me finding some of my best friends. Those relationships are ones that I deeply cherish, and I know will last well beyond my time here on campus. I found friends who would push me to explore my passions such as leadership, entrepreneurship, and religion. That small step of getting involved in an organization led me to take dozens of other small steps, all that look completely different and shaped who I am today. And in fact, some of those small steps led to giant leaps. For some of us, those giant leaps came when we transformed an organization we were a part of to create a large impact on campus. For others, it was a conversation during BGR that led to a lifetime partnership with plans to get married after graduation. Each of the small steps we take can have great impact in our own as well as other people's lives and can lead to the giant leaps that we as Boilermakers strive to make. However, the thing about small steps is you can never be certain where they will lead. I am sure that if Neil Armstrong were here today, he would tell us that he never suspected that struggling through calculus at Purdue would lead to him eventually stepping foot on a celestial rock 200,000 miles away. As humans, we lack that foresight, but that does not mean we should not take small steps. It means to embrace that uncertainty and take many small steps. Eventually, a few of those steps will have great impact and lead to giant leaps. So as we step forward as Purdue alumni, here is my challenge to you. Don't focus on the giant leaps. Instead, put your energy into taking those small steps. Over time, they will lead you to places you never expected and to taking those giant leaps that drive significant impact in your communities and beyond. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2024. Boiler up, hail Purdue, and all glory be to God.
And so we conclude our commencement convocation. On behalf of the trustees, faculty, and all the Purdue family, I bid you farewell and Godspeed. Rabbi Glick will offer the benediction. Please remain seated afterwards while the faculty and graduates recess.
Thank you. As this ceremony concludes, let us remember that a graduation is not an end. It is the first step of a new beginning, a world of opportunity and of promise, of joy and of love. May the graduating class of 2024 be blessed with meaningful and rich lives, with good health and prosperity. May we all be a source of blessing and honor to ourselves, our families, to Purdue, and yes, to the world at large. I wish you all congratulations. May God bless each of us, that the knowledge that we attained in this great institution be utilized in its best form to help others. And collectively, may all our honorable deeds bring upon an era of peace and harmony for all mankind. Go forth from this major event with pride and with joy. Go forth with excitement and enthusiasm. Go forth with your heads held high. Go forth and go Boilermakers.